All right, today we are going to show you how to set up FaceTime to receive phone calls from your cell phone and also some general settings. So let's launch FaceTime.
FaceTime window, all one.
I got a commander for it. Otherwise, go to the dock, find it, open it, or your applications folder or Command Shift A, find it, open it, however you choose. All right, let's start all the way over to the left.
All one, select it, zoom, close,
All right, you got the close button.
minimize, zoom, all one, select miss radio button to enter a name, email, or number, edit text, blank.
All right, this is where you would write the name, email, or phone number that you want to call.
And quick nav off.
Let's do that. Let's enter.
Shari Ann Miller, 32029.
Okay, that's actually the person that I want, but because I want to show you how to navigate, I'm going to go down arrow.
Click
And
Shari.Senorita@iCloud.com.
so if that was the one I wanted, I would keep on, or I would hit
Click
enter.
Shari Miller Sr. Shari.SR@iCloud.com.
So when I find the one that I want, I just hit enter.
Shari, FaceTime has new window. At quick nav on.
You heard it say FaceTime has a new window. Now I will go over here to the options.
FaceTime video call image. Search results. You can start FaceTime video or audio calls by entering the name, email address, or phone number.
Which is what we just did.
Call.
Call means it's going to be a FaceTime audio call.
FaceTime video call.
And FaceTime video call obviously means it's going to be a FaceTime video call.
FaceTime video call. Call.
So we would just VO spacebar.
FaceTime video call. Call.
And normally it will call. So let's get out of that window.
Zoom.us. Zoom meeting window.
Of course, it brought me back to Zoom. Let's go back to FaceTime.
FaceTime window. All one.
So just remember when you get to that edit field, if you use quick nav has to be off in order for you to type in that. Well, it doesn't have to be off, but it has to be off in order for you to arrow up and down the results that you are looking for. When you get to the one that you want, you hit enter and go over to either call, which will be audio, or to FaceTime video call, which would be FaceTime video, obviously.
Zoom.us. Zoom.us. Zoom meet. Resume recording.
All right, let's go back over to settings.
FaceTime
with, well, into settings with command comma.
Preferences window. Settings selected tab 1 of 2. Settings
right.
Selected
settings
tab
selected.
1 of 2. Blocked tab
You also
2
have
of 2.
blocked, but we'll go over that in a minute.
Apple ID.
Of course, it needs your Apple ID to be signed into FaceTime.
KLIP sign out.
You don't want to sign out, obviously. If you're not signed in, that's where you would click the button to sign in.
Enable this account. Checked checkbox.
Apparently, obviously, you want to enable in order to make and receive FaceTime calls.
You can be reached for FaceTime at.
All right, this is the table that has the list of email addresses or phone numbers that you can be select or reached at. The ones you want on is the ones you want to be reached at. The ones you don't want to be reached at, you unselect or unchecked. I have a few that I use and a few that I don't. So
table calls from iPhone checked checkbox.
Obviously you want that call, that checkbox checked because you want calls from iPhone. And this is more along the lines of businesses, people with Androids, whatever the case may be. If that box is not checked, you will not receive phone calls on your Mac from these people. Of course, you'll still get them on your phone, but not on your Mac. Now, the most important thing for you to be able to receive phone calls from businesses or Android devices is the default phone number to call from has to be your cell phone number.
Use your iPhone cellular account to make and receive calls when your iPhone is nearby and on Wi-Fi.
Okay, what he said.
Automatic prominence. Speaking checked checkbox.
I guess it just gives an avatar of what person is speaking if you have a screen or a camera.
During group FaceTime calls, the tile of the person speaking will automatically become larger. Allow live photos to be captured during video calls. Checked checkbox.
I think that one speaks for itself.
Start new calls from.
This is what I was talking about. Start calls from has to be your phone number. It can't be an iMessage email address. It can't be anything but your phone, your cell phone number. It can't even be an alternate phone that you may have a track phone or whatever the case may be. It has to be your phone number where your iPhone is set up at. If it's not, you can make and receive iMessage or FaceTime calls to people who have iDevices. But as it relates to an Android or business, you won't get those calls unless you have your phone and you can answer on there. But if you want them to come to your Mac, the phone number you want selected here is your actual phone number, not an email address.
SURITU pick ringtone.
Ringtone, you can select different ringtones.
Classic.
Classic, I have mine because I'm different.
Location.
Location, of course, you're in the United States.
United States. Location.
If you're not, then pick your country where you are.
Default for calls.
Default for calls.
FaceTime. Default for calls.
Mine is FaceTime, but I'm assuming you can have, let's see what else is in here.
Menu checkmark. Checkmark. FaceTime. Zoom.us. Zoom.us.
Okay, so y'all can actually pick Zoom.
FaceTime.
I'm thinking if I had Skype installed, that would be an option too. Obviously, you want FaceTime because I think Skype charges if you have that installed, and Zoom, I don't know. But obviously, for the call quality, you want FaceTime, whether it's a video or audio phone call.
About iMessage and FaceTime and privacy.
You can just get more help in here. Okay, let's jump back over here.
Settings. Selected. Block.
Let's
tab.
go to the block tab.
Selected.
VO spacebar.
Enter FaceTime addresses to block in the list below.
It doesn't have to just be FaceTime addresses. That can also be phone numbers and email addresses from businesses or phishing spam things that you don't want to contact you anymore, and just in case they did get your phone number. And just for a side note, if you block somebody's email address that's not an iMessage user, it will still block them. It will still show up in this FaceTime or your iMessage list. You don't want to remove it here because then it'll remove it from your email and that person will be able to email you again.
Table.
That's the table where you would add or remove numbers.
Add.
You can add,
remove,
or remove.
Help.
And then there's the help button.
Help.
So
settings tab.
Again, just make sure you're signed into your Apple ID. If you want calls from doctors' offices or Androids or businesses, your default call from number has to be your cell phone number. I'm gonna close preferences here.
Close FaceTime window. All.
And that will end this recording.
Zoom.us. Zoom.us.